Hi and welcome. Happy Friday. I'm Jody. Thanks for joining today, Crown Art Museum Yoga. You'll want a strap today. If you don't have a strap, you can use a scarf. You can use a long sleeve shirt. You can use a long sock. Any kind of long cord is fine. Couple blocks will be used today, potentially, and then a blanket can be nice as well. And then anything else that you might need for your practice. So, we are going to start on our backs. Just making your way onto your back. You can have the strap nearby. Have the blocks nearby as well, off to the side. And just coming onto the back. Arriving here. You can take a nice long stretch through the body. Here. Releasing anything in the body that feels like tension, just letting that seep into the earth. And eventually floating the arms down alongside the body. You can have the backs of the hands on the ground, tucking the shoulders away from the ears. Give yourself a little rock of the head from side to side for a moment. And then eventually stilling any movement, thinking about alignment from the crown of the head through the tailbone. Legs long, feet wide, or you can have knees bent, feet planted, whatever feels more appropriate for your body today. Inviting a sense of calm and ease into the body. Noticing the breath. Let's see if you can stay more present with the breath. Just the in and out, ebb and flow of breath. And start to inhale to breathe in what you want to receive from this practice. Exhale, releasing anything that feels heavy in the heart, in the mind, in the body. Staying with that healing breath in and out. Eventually, the breaths become a bit more full, expanded. You can start to take cleansing breaths in through the nose and then constricting the back of the throat, exhaling out through the mouth. Just building some heat. Finding release. A couple more times like that. Staying connected to the breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, just tucking the tailbone away from the rest of the spine, flattening out to the back. Think about lengthening the spine, and then inhale into softness. And as you exhale, creating that length, tuck the tailbone, flatten the low back. Just continue this on your own. Take your time. Notice the movement of the pelvis. Observing sensation. Everything should feel good. No sharpness, no pain. One more time, inhaling, and then exhale. Flatten out the low back, keep that as you draw the knees in towards the chest. From here, a little rock from side to side might feel good. Coming back through stillness, through center. And just separate the knees. You can use the hands, relax the feet, relax the head. Breathing into the pelvic floor, breathing into the softness of the belly. One more breath. And then just pressing the legs back together, a little closer together, finding your strap. We'll place the strap at the ball of the feet. So right where the toes meet the feet. And have some length in the legs, but the knees can be soft. Think about this less as a stretch and more of just a reversal of gravity. So we're not warm in the body yet. We're just starting to practice. So allow yourself to notice sensation without straining or forcing anything. You can take a moment and spread the toes. Let the arms just weigh heavily, drawing the toes down towards the knees, and the heels can lift towards the sky. Again, soft knees here. Belly soft as you breathe. Relaxing the toes, starting to slowly separate the legs, just as wide as is comfortable. Symmetrical placement of the strap on both feet. Open through the chest. The shoulders relax. If it feels good, you can create some movement, rocking the legs from side to side. Eventually going back through center, through stillness, pausing for a breath. You can start to bend the knees to the sides as you draw the feet close together. The soles of the feet come together. Walk your hands towards the feet on the strap. So we're coming into that cobbler's pose. You can start to play with the placement of the legs, maybe feeding the feet more towards the earth or drawing the feet in towards the body. Keep driving the knees away from one another. Relax where you're able. Notice where there's tension. Just breathe. You can start to feed the pinky toe edges of the feet towards the ground, releasing the strap. Float the arms up overhead, just spread through the fingers, maybe wiggle them out. That can be a long time to take hold of that strap. And then taking hold of either elbow, breathing deeply into the belly. Let the knees release towards the earth. Taking a deep belly breath. And then sweeping the arms down slowly, mindfully. Gathering up the thighs with the hands to draw the knees back together, planting the feet, and the strap can just come off to the side. So arms down alongside the body. And find your block, so just know where that block is without having to turn the head. Gazing skyward, so the neck's in line with the rest of the spine. Pressing the feet into the earth, tuck the tailbone, and then peel the pelvis, peel more of the spine away from the earth, and slide the block under the sacrum, so under the low back. You can tuck shoulders under the back body. And you can be here. Just softening, breathing. You can also draw the thighs in towards the belly. Sometimes I like to create a little shelf with the hands. Just gonna open up pelvic floor, stretch the glutes. This could be a nice release for the low back. The belly's just soft. So option to stay, this is beautiful. Or you can draw the feet more skyward. So again, that reversal of energy and gravity. You can also separate the legs. So we've got lots of options here. You're gonna just do whatever feels appropriate for your body today. Just a few breaths. Breathing into the fullness of the lungs. One more breath. Wherever you're at, you can bend the knees, draw them a little closer together, hip width apart, and plant the feet to the earth. Just pause for a moment once you're here. Relax the body. Take a breath. And grounding through the feet. Lift the hips up, slide the block out. Pausing, so feel the strength in the glutes, start to wake up a little bit of the body, wake up core, build heat. Keep engaging the glutes, lift the hips a little higher, lengthen the spine a little more. One more inhalation. And then as you exhale, you're gonna lower down to the ground, tuck the tailbone, meets the mat very last. Open the arms once you arrive. Goalpost arms, cactus arms. Let the knees rest against one another. You might be able to heel to toe the feet out a little bit further. Soften through the body. Inhale through center. Exhale, knees over to the right, gazing over the left shoulder. You can start to engage the hips, much like you would in a bridge pose. You'll mostly feel it, hopefully on that left side, thinking about tucking the tailbone, glute is active. Driving the left knee away from the left hip as you heavy the right thigh to the ground. Just keeping this active engagement for a couple more breaths. Take your time with that engagement. Draw the knees back through center. Let them rest against one another. Soften here. Inhale. Exhale, knees over to the left. And again, you're tucking the tailbone, engaging the right buttock muscle, driving the right knee away from the right hip. You can gaze over the right shoulder. Just heavy and relax that left thigh towards the ground. Breathe. One more breath. Keep the body engaged. Draw the knees back through center, aligning the neck, resting the knees. Just pausing for a breath. You can start to separate the knees, heel to toe the feet a little bit closer together. And from here, draw the arms down alongside the body. And so knees are bent. We're going to do a little bit of core work. So these are called penguins. You're going to lift the head and the shoulders and start to drive the fingertips past the ankles, one side and the other. It's like a nice back scratch here. Try to lift most of the back away from the earth. And the pace is all up to you. You can go quickly, or you can go more slowly and methodically, but really try to engage the side body core. Just another couple moments here. Evening out, back through center, releasing back down. As you inhale, float the hips up, drive the arms up overhead. Deep inhalation and then exhale, curling back down, resting the hips back down. You can hug the knees into the chest. Circle a little with the knees. In the opposite direction. Hugging knees into the chest. Plant the palms alongside the hips, curling the tailbone away from the earth. Press the palms into the earth. We're going to lift up for 5. Low core. 4. Keep breathing. It's arm strength and core strength. 3. 2. Even if it's just a little lift. Last one. And from here, just resting the body, resting the belly. You can separate the knees, open the heart. Maybe gentle rocking of the head from side to side could feel good. Releasing anything going on in the neck. Back through center, stilling the movement, taking a deep belly breath. Start to draw the knees in, start to curl and round through the spine. So you can start to rock forward and back along the length of the spine. And at first maybe the legs are pumping, but then see if all of that action can come just from the core doing the work. And then rock and roll right up to seated. Lengthen up through the legs. You can roll through shoulders up, back and down. Palms plant alongside the hips. Just arching the back, lifting the gaze, opening up the front of the body. So tailbone reaching behind you, front of the head reaching behind you. Soften in the belly and breathe. Bring the gaze back through center. You can bend the knees. And actually, let's cross over shins. And if it's safe and comfortable for you, we're going to come to seated on shins. It's just for a moment. And then shifting the hips to the right. So this is not essential. You can come to seated in any way that's comfortable for you. But we're going to flip that right arm up, taking hold of the right wrist, and then stretching that right side body as you move to the left. So you can certainly do this seated. We're grounding that right hip and then stretching to the left side, and you can rock the body back, maybe rock the heart more skyward, or just stay more stationary in that side body stretch. Couple more breaths exploring this. Rising, maybe back through center. Arms can float down alongside the body. And so if you're feeling good and the knees feel safe, you can play with this scooting back through seated on shins. And then we're going to bring the hips to that left side. And again, you can use arm strength, or you can just use more core strength. Be really mindful of the knees and the joints here. Floating arms up, just taking hold of that left wrist with the right hand. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale. Really feeling this more profoundly on this side. So maybe you have a side where you're feeling it. Again, you can rock the body forward and back a little, just to explore all the edges. Finding what feels appropriate for your body. A couple more breaths here. Rising up, floating arms down. And again, you can use a little bit of leg strength, core strength, or arm strength just to come back onto shins for a moment. From here, making your way to your tabletop position. Starting to extend the left leg out, curl the toes under, and engage the core. Start to rock forward and back, so you're stretching the toes, stretching the sole of that foot, calf muscle. Then rocking forward, engage the leg, neck is neutral, lift it up and over to the right, grounding the ball of the foot. Inhale, find length. Exhale, bring the gaze over the right shoulder. So you're stretching that left side body. That side body core that we just utilized, you'll feel that stretch. Keep lengthening through the left leg. Engage the glute. One more breath. Neck is neutral. You can start to glide the toes back behind you. Draw the left knee in. Extend the right leg out. Curl toes, rocking forward and back. Leg is active, core is active, so we're not dumping all the weight into the hands. So the legs take a lot of the weight of the body, as do fingertips and knuckles. Stretching the calf muscle, shifting forward, engage the glute and the hamstring, lift the leg up and over, ground the ball of the foot. Lengthen here, inhale, then exhale, gaze over the left shoulder, maybe catching a glimpse of that right heel. Just keep breathing, stabilizing as you're able. One more breath here. Neck is neutral, gliding the heel in line with the knee in line with the hip. Draw the knees underneath you, let them go wide. Press the mat away, sinking hips to heels, child's pose. You can rest the wrists, maybe even making fists and rolling at the wrists. You can even come into reverse prayer. Bring the backs of the hands together. One more breath. Just lengthening up through the arms. Preparing for down dog, you can shift forward, curl toes, pressing the mat away. And start to pedal out through the feet, bending one knee, then the other. Breathing. Eventually finding stillness. Heavy the heels, knees can be soft. Keep pressing the mat away. Take a couple of breaths here. And then step the feet wide. Pinky toe edges of feet in line with the mat. Start to bend the knees even more. Walk the hands back, finding a forward fold. You can rock forward and back. You can find your blocks. You can dangle arms and fingers. Maybe sway a little from side to side. One more breath here, exploring this. Bending knees, plant the palms on the thighs, press the thighs away as you roll up through the spine, finding standing. And once you do, just taking some rolls through the shoulders, up, back, and down. Stabilizing through the foundation of the body, the feet, legs, core. You can breathe in through the nose and then out through the mouth. And then finding your strap. We will use that once again here. Finding a mountain pose that feels strong and supportive for you. Feet can be hip distance, taking hold of the strap, maybe at about shoulder width. And on your next inhalation, draw the strap up without moving the spine or the torso or the ribs. Start to draw the strap back behind you. Lengthen through the arms, punch the knuckles away from you, and draw the strap back behind. And that might mean that you need to widen your hold on your strap. Next inhalation, lengthen the spine, draw the strap up, and exhale back down in front. Each time, you want to bring the hands back to the original starting position. Each time hoping that we create a bit of space. So inhale, lifting arms, exhale, slowly drawing the arms down. Inhaling, opening, expanding, and then exhaling, releasing. A couple more times just like that on your own. Still stabilizing through the rest of the body. Mountain pose energy supporting this. Last time, take your time. You can take hold of the strap eventually in one hand and just sway the head from side to side. Just be in no hurry to arrive if you're still working. And finish where you're at. And then just moving the head, releasing tension in the neck and the shoulders. Head heavy, chin centered over the chest. One more breath. Gazing forward, neck is neutral. Taking hold of the strap back behind you. Still having mountain pose energy. Start to punch the knuckles away. Open the chest and breathe. Drawing the ribs in towards the spine, tuck the tailbone. Maybe starting to float the arms away from the back body, inhale. And then exhale, relaxing that effort. Keep the torso the same, inhale, just the arms move. And exhale, relax the effort. A couple more times on your own. Opening the chest, there should be no pain or sharpness in the shoulders. No pinching anywhere. You can just set that strap off to the side. Still in your mountain pose. Start to lift the gaze, lift the chin, relax the jaw, and bow the head heavy. Big yeses with the neck. Head and movement. And one more time. Back through center, and then big nose. Moving and swiveling the head from side to side. Finding a deeper range of motion with each head turn. Notice where there might be resistance. And just one more time. And back through center. Roll through shoulders, up, back, and down, just releasing. Breathing, sighing if that feels good. And then making your way to the top of your mat for some standing poses. Warrior One specifically. So hands to the hips stay squared forward, left foot stays grounded. And then the right foot steps back. Legs are straight and strong to start. We're going to ease into this. So glue the back heel to the earth, engage the right buttock So right heel down, right leg engaged, inhale. And then exhale, you're just bending that front knee, nothing else changes. And then inhale, pressing the earth away with that left foot. Exhale, sinking hips. Maybe a little bit more. Right leg stays engaged. Inhale, pressing. And exhale, sinking. And just do one more time. Inhale. Lengthening. And exhale. Just finding the foundation of the pose. From here, arms can relax down. You're squeezing the back body, so engaging back body core. Maybe floating arms into goalpost arms. You can arch the back more. You can always uplift the arms, so whatever feels appropriate for your body on this side. Neck can be neutral, gaze can be lifted. Just one more breath. And then hands to the hips. You can shift the body weight forward, free the back heel. Think about balance as you step forward. Finding mountain pose once again. And just relax the arms alongside the body. You can rock through legs, roll through wrists. Kind of reset a little here. Just mountain pose. Do the other side. So hands to the hips. Right foot grounds and the left foot steps. Hips stay squared forward, feet are hip distance. Engage the left glutes. Open the heart, inhale. Exhale, bending just that front knee. Back heel grounding. Inhale, press the mat away strongly. Exhale, sinking low again. A couple more times like that. Really actively engage that left buttock muscle. Keep the left leg straight and strong. Bend the knee. Sink the hips. This is the foundation. And again, maybe the arms are alongside the body, still arching the back, still opening the heart, or goalpost arms, cactus arms, or maybe uplifted arms. Keep sinking the hips low. Keep activating core and glutes. Keep breathing. One more breath. Hands to the hips. Torso shifts forward. Free the back heel. As you're ready, stepping forward with control, with strength. Just a moment to stand and be present. So go ahead and find your strap again. We're going to use this and combine the arm opening, the shoulder opening, that heart opening that we were doing with our standing poses. So with Warrior One, it's just called Humble Warrior. So you'll stand with the strap, mountain pose, and it's the same thing, getting into it. Hands to the hips, left foot grounds, right foot steps. So we know this position. You can find the foundation. Arms back behind you. Take hold of the strap, punching the knuckles towards the earth, arching the spine slightly. Inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, begin to bend that left knee, bowing forward to the inner edge of the left thigh. Start to draw the arms away from the back body. You can punch the sky. So feeling strong, feeling stable here. Heart is open, core is active. Finishing an exhalation. And then inhale. Press the mat away strongly with the legs, rising, and coming back through standing. Hands to the hips, and lift the back heel, balance. Step forward as you're ready, and just relaxing in a mountain pose for a moment. Resetting through center, breathing. And then same thing, we'll do the right side. Right foot grounds, hands to the hips, left foot steps. Reach the strap back behind you, take hold of it with both hands, punch the knuckles away, lengthen. So elbows should be straight and strong. Inhale, preparing, and then exhale, bowing. Again, the thigh to the outer edge, the torso to the inner edge.
So really feel spacious in this pose. There's no crunching in the neck. You're lengthening the spine, strong in the legs, exhaling. And then inhaling to rise, strong through the legs here, hands to the hips, free the back heel, step forward as you're ready. Relax the arms, you can roll out the shoulders a couple times. Breathing, sighing. I always like to reinforce these poses through repetition, so we'll just do it one more time on each side. So taking hold of the strap, or hands to the hips, and we'll skip a step. Hands to the hips, left foot grounds, right foot steps. Then take hold of the strap, inhale, arch the back, open the heart, exhale, bow forward, lead with the heart. And feeling spacious, feeling your balance, feeling strong. Breathe. Exhale, ground. Inhale, slowly with control, rising. Hands to the hips, square the hips forward, lift the back heel, step forward as you're ready. Just relaxing between sides for a moment, checking in with the body, breathing. And hands to the hips again, so we'll just finish on that right side. Right foot stays, left foot steps. Finding the strap. Hunch the knuckles, straighten and lengthen through the arms. Inhale, slightly arch the back. Exhale, lead with the heart forward. No strain in the neck. Punch the knuckles skyward if that's available to you. Just creating some space in the shoulders, in the chest. Powerful through the core. Finishing your exhalation. And then strong with the legs, inhale, rising. Hands to the hips. Lift the back heel, stepping forward. You can just set that strap off to the side. And for a moment, let's bring the hips, or the feet to hip distance, hands to the hips, and just circle the hips a little. Just free any congestion in the hips. These big circles. Circle in the opposite direction. Back through center. The left foot's going to ground. The right foot's going to step back so you're on the tops of the toes and just circle the ankle. You're rolling around the toes. Make sure this feels good for the feet, for those toes. You can circle in the opposite direction. Really engaging the right glute and finding a steady gazing point for the eyes for balance. Draw the right foot in, left leg extends back, and just start to circle. Think about circling the ankle, circling around the toes. You can circle in the opposite direction. And then mountain pose. Connecting to the breath. Finishing an exhalation. And as you inhale, sweep the arms up, find length. Exhale with all that length. Swan dive down. You can soften knees. A deep inhalation lifts you halfway, strong core. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, step back into the top of a push-up in your plank. Inhale, preparing. Exhale, lowering, maybe knees are to the earth. Inhale, baby cobras. Lengthen to lift. On your inhalation, the exhalation lowers you back down. Elbows still hugging into the midline of the body. Send the legs long. One more time. Inhale, lifting, press the mat away, maybe flow through the knees. Child's pose or down dog. Find what you need here. Breathe. Pressing the mat away, strong in the shoulders. Lift the tailbone, heels heavy. One more breath. And then releasing the knees back to the earth. Making sure there's plenty of room back behind you as you make your way through seated. Coming through boat pose, hands to the thighs, rocking back. You can float the shins, you can float the arms. Either way, making your way onto your back, slowly with control. Take your time. As you arrive, coming back into that full body stretch. Arms long, legs long, spread the fingers, spread the toes. Breathe. Relax the arms alongside the body. Bend one knee, bend the other. Tuck the tailbone. As you inhale, floating hips up, finding your bridge once again. Engage the glutes, maybe lifting a little bit higher. Lengthening a bit more. One more inhalation. And then exhale to ride the breath down. Tuck the tailbone. Flatten the back. Arriving and hug the knees into the chest. Arms out alongside the body. Palms are up or down. Inhale. And exhale, knees to the right. Gazing over the left shoulder. Just a few breaths here. Heavy the head, heavy the left shoulder. One more breath. You can draw the knees back through center. Take your time. Arriving, inhaling. And then exhale. Legs over to the left. Gazing over the right shoulder as you heavy it. Heavy the head. Just breathe. One more breath. Take your time, floating the knees back through center. Again, you can hug them in, you can rock from side to side. You can also come into a happy baby to finish your practice. Bending the knees, reaching for pinky toe edges of feet, keeping that deep bend in the knees. Feet are skyward. Soften the low back, open the pelvic floor, and breathe. One more breath. Releasing the feet so that the legs go long, feet wide. Arms alongside the body. Relaxing the backs of the hands to the earth. Make sure there's nothing obstructing you. You can tuck the shoulders away from ears. Final rock of the head from side to side. Finding alignment in the neck with the rest of the spine as you close your eyes and simply rest here.
Begin to deepen your breath. And reawaken your body with movement. Fingers, toes, ankles, wrists. Opening and closing the mouth into a yawn. Stretching arms overhead into a deeper breath. Bending one knee, bend the other, feet planting. Mindful in your movements, start to roll to either side, curling into a fetal position. A moment to recall your intention that you set. You can take that with you into your day or something new. And with closed eyes or soft gaze, use arm strength, pressing up to seated, with a rounded spine and a heavy head. Rooting down through sit bones as you grow the spine tall, open the heart, and bring hands to the heart. Anjala Mudra, Anjali Mudra, the seal of offering. Just a moment to acknowledge this offering to yourself, this gift of time, connection. And I'm grateful for the honor to lead and guide you through this practice. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.